Thank you all. My name is Sean Sullivan. I'm a candidate for Oakland City Council District 3 as well. I want to start by thanking the pastor for opening up this space to us this evening, and for all of you for coming out, and for the different groups that have come together to put on tonight's debate. It's actually the great spirit of civic activism in this community that has drawn me into this race. I have been so humbled to go around and talk to so many great people in this community who want to build up a better Oakland, who want to see safer streets, and are willing to do something about it, to see cleaner streets, and we're willing to do something about it. I've met so many people who want to come forward and have met amongst people in their neighborhood and are willing to pay out of their own pocket for garbage cans in their communities, benches in their parks, more traffic islands, more cleanups, and are willing to go above the taxpayer dollars that they contribute to this economy and do something more. I've really been inspired by that. And what I've heard from them, shockingly, is that they have not felt that they've had a partner in the City Council District Office to get a lot of these issues implemented. They have not had emails returned or phone calls returned in a way that lets them feel valued members of the community. And I think that is something that we absolutely need to do. We need to not just look at resources of what the council and what the city council has, because we know that those are tight and shrinking. We need to look to the leadership that our own community members are providing. Look, we have great challenges in this city, but I don't think that these challenges can't be met by the greatness of the citizens in this community and the leadership that the citizens in this community are looking to provide. And I think this happens all across the board. We have in this city, and it's nothing that people in this community in this room aren't familiar with, in the fact that we are in a city that is in a crime crisis right now. We're not calling it a state of emergency, but we're close. We are ranked 4th last year in terms of violent crime in this nation. And this year the crime is worse. And so we are racing up even more. Now people will say, yes, violence is a very serious issue all across the country, but in Oakland, we're getting close to be one of the most violent communities in the entire country. And then it's something that we all need to roll up our sleeves and get involved in. As your council member, I pledge to be very smart on the allocation of our resources towards crime and take a leadership role in this. And what does that mean by being smart? By not pandering to fear in terms of being tough on crime or soft on crime, but really being smart about how we use our resources. As your city council member, I pledge to do ride-alongs with our police officers, to go to those hot spots. And I know them from my work at Covenant House, where we help at-risk kids and homeless youth get off the street. But I pledge to be out there on a regular basis. You won't have to wait for that return phone call. You won't have to wait for that returned email. Because if you go to my website now, you'll see I have a transparency and government section there where I pledge to monthly meetings with you, the community. Unfortunately, we've had the council member has canceled in the last 4 years half of the coffees that we're supposed to have. You won't get that with me. You'll see me out in the community, continue to be there. And in terms of being at these hot spots, look, I've already gone to dangerous parts of our community. And, people in the West Oakland, where I am, think that this is paradise over here. But so many of you feel threatened. I go around here and hear people who say, I leave in the morning, I look both ways, I run to the car, I button up the car, and we zoom out. And that's my experience of Oakland. And that's awful. You should be able to enjoy the resplendency of this community. And so as your council member, I want to be there to stand up to these areas of crime and to these criminals, frankly, and help them to make better choices and go alongside cops. And if I've been able to do it as just one person, going up to people who are 5 inches taller than me and twice my size, I will be able to do it alongside the police and say, these are some of the choices you can make. And I want to compliment the incumbent who has helped us to get some real great programs for people doing re-entry into this community from the penal system. But we must be more forceful in our response. This is not the time for appeasing. This is the time for enforcement. And so we must come out stronger as a community collected to solve these problems. You, as residents of this community, shouldn't have to face the Juicies and the Chris Littles and the White Mikes and these people who are terrorizing the community. This is your community and you deserve it to be safe. And I pledge as your council member to work along with you to ensure that safety. Thank you very much.